In the spring of 1990, the sakura blossoms painted Tokyo in shades of pink and white. It was a perfect time for Mariko Iguchi, a senior at a prestigious university, to unwind before her graduation. A true adventurer, she meticulously planned a 16-day journey through Taiwan. She would start in Taipei, journey south by train, and explore Tainan and Kaohsiung, savoring every moment. On April 2nd, Mariko boarded a flight to Taipei filled with anticipation. Her travel itinerary was set, and her dedication to her mother, Hisako, was clear. She intended to send postcards daily. For a while, everything seemed to progress as planned. And then, silence. April 18th, 1990 was a pleasant, typical day in Tokyo. But for Hisako, it was anything but. Her daughter was due to return that day on United Airlines flight. She waited anxiously at the airport, scanning every face. Hours passed. Mariko never appeared. Frantic, Hisako rushed to the police, pleading for help. The officers discovered Mariko had neither cancelled nor rescheduled her flight. There was no record of her re-entering Japan, and the postcards ceased to arrive following April 7th. The investigation revealed that Mariko arrived in Taipei on April 2nd. She explored the city for a day before heading to Tainan on April 4th, where she stayed 2 nights. On April 7th, she boarded a train to Kaohsiung. That was the last confirmed sighting of her. In desperation, Hisako flew to Taiwan. She circulated missing person flyers, detailing her daughter with striking precision. 23 years old, 5 feet 1 inch tall, short black hair, glasses, and a unique mole by her lips. Residents made wild speculations. Some murmured about the Japanese gang. Others proposed she had been kidnapped into the sex trade. After months of searching, there was no result. Soon after, a lead emerged. A man named Mr. Lee claimed that he met Mariko on April 4th at Tainan Station. She appeared confused, so he offered her shelter. She consented, and for 2 days, he led her around the city. On April 7th, he went with her to the train station, ensuring she got on safely. Station staff confirmed his story, and handwriting analysis verified that Mariko had given him her address. The trail went cold again. Several months later, a new suspect surfaced, a cab driver named Liu Shuiqiang. Other drivers observed his unusual conduct. Previously carefree, he now covered his car with amulets and Buddhas, asserting that a woman's spirit was haunting him. He even took shelter in his car, too scared to rest at home. Neighbors characterized Shan as quirky and harsh. He frequently hunted stray animals using a crossbow, a weapon that needs a license in Taiwan. His mother dismissed his rants about killing a woman as delusions, but the police were not so sure. They dug into his water usage records and found a shocking spike in April recent past, indicating something suspicious. Shan was brought in for questioning. At first, he spoke in a disorganized manner, but his unpredictable actions only intensified the police's doubts. They investigated his property, revealing burn marks in his yard and signs of disturbed soil. In spite of these results, they did not have definitive proof to hold him. Under mounting pressure, the police brought in a forensic psychologist who preyed on Shuiqiang's superstitions. "Tell us the truth, or Mariko's spirit will follow you forever," the expert warned. Shan broke. His confession was horrifying. On April 7th, he spotted Mariko near Kaohsiung Station, lost and looking for a place to stay. Offering his home as a safe haven, he gained her trust. But later that night, his dark desires took over. When Mariko resisted his advances, his rage turned deadly. He used a crossbow to murder her. violated her corpse, and scattered the remains in different places throughout the city. Despite his confession, Shui Qiang's cunning delayed the recovery of Mariko's remains. He led police on wild goose chases, providing false locations. Finally, after days of relentless questioning, he revealed the truth. Her body was scattered across Kaohsiung, in an empty lot and near a church. The gruesome discovery confirmed the worst fears. Mariko Iguchi's tragic fate sent shockwaves through Japan and Taiwan. Her mother's tireless efforts ensured her story was never forgotten. A year after Mariko vanished, police brought the accused Shui Qiang to the now infamous lot on Qingse Street. Shui Qiang pointed to a spot under a large tree, confessing he had burned and buried body parts there. Though the tree had been cut down, its roots remained, and what they uncovered was nothing short of a nightmare. Over 100 fragments of human bones were unearthed, belonging to a young woman, later identified as Mariko. The discovery matched Shui Qiang's confession. Shan was sentenced to life imprisonment, a verdict many deemed lenient. Years later, he audaciously claimed his innocence, suggesting the true killer's evidence was buried elsewhere. But his pleas fell on deaf ears. Even in prison, Shan was haunted, both by fellow inmates who despised him and by what some say were supernatural forces. The horrors didn't stop with Shan's arrest. Locals reported unexplainable phenomena near the crime scene, phantom phone calls at 11 p.m., a headless apparition whispering, "Atama, Atama," Japanese for head. Machines malfunctioned inexplicably near the site where Mariko's remains were found. And yet, the haunting coincidences didn't end there. Shui Qiang's license plate, 034498, held an eerie connection. March 4th marked his arrest. The numbers 4 and 9 symbolized death in Chinese culture, and on March 8th, Mariko's remains were located, with her full skeleton uncovered the next day. Today, the once empty lot has been rebuilt, but its sinister legacy persists. Shan remains behind bars, likely for the rest of his life. Yet the ghostly tale of Mariko reminds us that some crimes leave scars far deeper than the physical, echoing through time, haunting the guilty and the innocent alike.